welcome to the Initiative Order, and welcome to our next episode of Far Realms, our KULT Divinity Lost Homebrew campaign, where I lead a group of lost souls through happy little rainbow fields with flowers and puppies. I'm kidding, it's Beyond the Veil, through nightmarish scapes. But before we introduce our players and start setting the mood, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely sponsors. First up on the list is Session Zero Clothing. They have D&D inspired streetwear, especially getting ready for holiday seasons. You can use code ORDER at checkout for 15% off of their shop. Next up is Norse Foundry. They are artists and dice makers. They have really cool merch and things as well, especially great at stocking stuffers. I'm just saying, if you need to stuff stockings, you should use dice. But you can use code TIO15 at checkout to get 15% off in their store as well. Next up, of course, is Roaming Player Gear. Amazing tabletop gaming supplies by our very own Got DM. You can use code Carnaby20 for 20% off in their shop, specifically for the Dice Tower and Tray combo set. Next up, and certainly last but not least, is Mithril Armory. They are the creators of the 10D20 dice puzzle that kicked my bobo, but maybe you're more luckier than me. You can use code initiative in their shop for 10% off. They also have other dice and other cool merchandise as well. And of course, as always, if you like watching Ronan cry every other week, and you like hearing spooky stories, and if you support the Bowl Cup baby of Bradford, then you can donate to our Ko-fi directly to support us here specifically on Far Realms. You can also, of course, donate subs, bits, and all those things, and they support the Initiative Order and all of their ventures and all of the awesome things that they do as a community. And of course, moving in, let's go ahead and introduce our players. Starting off, Johanna.
Hi, I'm johannaxmachina. You can find me on most of the socials on johannaxmachina. I will be playing Elenora tonight, who I'm sure has been having a great time. So I'm excited to catch up and see what's been going on with everything with the asylum.
Oh yeah, everything's great. Nothing's wrong. Let's go ahead and go with the TikTok famous Ronan.
That's me. I'm Ronan Fox. You can find me at Ronan Fox on the aforementioned TikTok and other socials. Amateur world builder, professional himbo. Tonight I'm playing Sylas Black. Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm scared. Help me.
Yeah, that's a good one. Special guest, Logan.
Yeah, it's me, the bull cut baby of Bradford, Teddy, also known as Logan Hanley, aka DM_screening. I do some Twitch stuff with adventure writing. I do some homebrew with my friends at Dragon Rock RPG, and last but not least, I run the Ecrium Expeditions, a 5e campaign set in my world of Ecrium, where Ronan and Taryn both play as characters as well. That's every other Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, tune in and come hang out. And we just beat an ooze wizard and are gonna do some other fun stuff and see. But no, but yeah, ready to get spooked tonight, as always.
Awesome. Of course, you will notice we are missing one casual player tonight. They are out of town. Of course, don't worry. Tyson's tucked away safe on the 3rd floor. And of course, as your keeper tonight, I am Taryn Hackett, also known as Val Rook across the socials, also known as Umbral Oculus on the TikTok. That's a new thing I'm going to be trying. Let's do that one. I am a generally creative human TTRPG performer and a dice maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. That's UO_dice on the Instagram, link in bio for merchandise and my shop, which will be receiving an update within the next 2 weeks. So keep your eyes open for that one. I'm also taking part in a giveaway this month over on the Tabletop Creators Instagram. It's a wicked month-long. Every single day there are giveaways, so definitely go follow them and check it out. My giveaway will be on the 28th of this month. but keep your eyes peeled on the socials for those things. Okay. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start to set the stage. And of course, as always, a quick heads up, this is a horror TTRPG with extreme horror elements. We are in an asylum, and there will be content discussing mental health and making those references. If at any point you need to step away because something doesn't sit right with you, please feel free to do so. I, myself, and the players have a horror contract. We have spoken, we know our lines and veils, and everyone has consented to this content. And of course, with that, the doctor's in. Have you taken your medication? You don't look well. You look stressed. Let's go ahead and peel back the veil and let's take a look and see what ails you as we step into tonight's episode. Alrighty. So, last we left off, we picked up in the courtyard after Sylas had witnessed a screaming woman in the window. Elenora, after witnessing Teddy's drawing in the snow, fell into a psychotic break, recalling horrible memories from her childhood, and was hauled away by the two nurse aides. Mike and Bill specifically. Teddy did follow and did overhear, after talking to Nurse Nora, did understand that Elenora would be receiving a treatment, specifically known as the baths, to help steady her nerves. While this is not the worst treatment that Teddy's witnessed at Bradford, it's not necessarily a comfortable one either. From there, the three went into group sessions. Teddy taking his seat next to his new roomie in the, after of course choosing specifically to go to Sylas's doctor, Dr. Thurman, choosing to go to their session, knowing that Thurman is typically the harsher of the two doctors on staff. Teddy and Sylas sat nearest the door. Tyson sat on the other side. It seemed like no progress was being made. Sylas was being excessively called out in front of everyone, being told that shame was the path to healing. At some point, Sylas irritated Ruby, or as Elenora might recall her, Scarlet. The woman jumped to her feet and lunged at Sylas, clawing and scratching at him, catching him on the neck. Nothing major, but almost within seconds, the nurses broke into the door, grabbed Ruby and took her down the hallway to the elevator. Nurse Nora immediately showed up and told Sylas that she was going to take him for treatment of his cuts. Teddy and Tyson returned to the recreation room, biding their time awaiting Sylas's return. Sylas was taken into the elevator as the elevator went 3rd floor and up one more. Sylas found himself in an odd seamstress shop. Stuffing on the floor, red thread. Nurse Nora began to speak very plainly with Sylas, telling him not to rock the boat. As Sylas mentioned that the cut on his neck wasn't that bad and didn't really need treatment, Nora took one of her long nails and made the cut worse, as her true form was revealed as she's slowly stitching, no anesthesia, no numbing treatment, with thick red thread on the cut on his neck. Her true form is revealed, pale skin, stitches running up her abdomen, across her face, cotton-like stuffing sticking out of the back of her head. Sylas attempts to run as his flesh and arm falls off. Sylas promises to no longer rock the boat and to be a good patient. His arm is returned, but it looks like his heart is resting in a jar on one of Nora's shelves. She says she'll return it later. You all return eventually back down to the recreation room, begin discussing, making plans, eventually make your way after dinner into the dorm room of Teddy and Sylas, where you witness a ritual. Teddy begins to have flashbacks of his childhood memories. Sylas begins to have flashbacks of the mansion, recalling what was in Jack's file. But first, let's pick up with Elenora. So Elenora, in the midst of your psychotic break, you're drugged through the snow, somewhat manhandled by these two nurse assistants, like these two nurse aides, and you are taken straight to the elevator. You can't feel your legs in this moment. You are simply looking down. You want to fight, but your body just won't respond. Your vision becomes blurry, and you can hear that same male voice in your head, calling your name as you were running from under the table down those stairs. Eventually make it to the 2nd floor, are taken down the hallway past the familiar green and white checkerboard floor, past the thick plexiglass and steel doors, into solid white rooms. The tile is white, the floors are white, doors are white. Taken past the first two, turn left, open the doorway, and you are in the room that you have seen before. These are the baths. There are in front of you these large stainless steel tubs with 2 closing doors on them. There is a small hole at the top of them, and you know this to be that's where your head sits. There are all kinds of knobs and gauges on these tubs. As you are very roughly just chunked in, scrubs and all, to one of these tubs. The water is lukewarm. Do you fight as you are thrown into this tub?
I think I just kind of accept it at this point. I'm just kind of exhausted from the day's events.
Yeah. One of them, Bill, is excessively rude and has been known to be more manhandle-esque in that way. Takes you by your hair, pulls you back as Mike glares at him, but closes the doors over you and takes a latch and closes it and locks it. You are released. Bill makes his way out of the room very quickly, and Mike looks back. Nora will be here in a minute. Sorry, Ellie. And he just closes the door and leaves you. You are in this white tile room, white tile floors, flickering fluorescent light above, unable to move from here up. And you are floating in lukewarm water. Go ahead and, just for the sake of the situation, go ahead and just roll your perception.
Okay.
Let's see what you pick up on in the room.
That is a 17.
A 17. You can either ask 3 questions or I can just tell you a whole bunch of stuffs.
Tell me a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay. So as you're looking around, you do notice that there are 4 tubs in this room. 2 of which are open, not counting yours is obviously taken. There's one to the right of you that are open, and then one to the far end that is closed and latched, but you see no head poking out.
Okay.
As you look around, there are a couple of medical trays with various instruments. You do notice, as you're standing there and you begin to kind of become more aware of your situation and what's actually happening to you, you look down at that tub at the far end and you see a hand come out through the hole, and they are like clawing at the top, somewhat slowly but almost frantically. As this hand comes out, you can see that it is blistered and the nails look elongated.
I'm gonna start trying to thrashing around in there, yelling for help, trying to get anyone's attention.
A second hand comes out of the hole and it seems to be struggling. Something is pushing at that lids and it is rattling. You can see that it is locked and latched, but it is frantically forcing, and the room becomes louder and louder with the echo of that stainless steel banging on stainless steel and clattering, and you begin to hear a gurgle and almost a rasping scream just as the doors, after about 15 to 20 minutes, long enough to stitch a wound, the door opens. At this whole time, it's becoming maddening. As the door opens, it stops. You look over, the tub is open. And Nurse Nora makes her way over.
I'm still frantic at the moment. I'm like, there's someone in the tub. There were hands and I could hear it, and
Elenora, my dear, I understand that our frail constitution as women makes us prone to seeing things and having strong emotional reactions. But I need you to calm down. There is nothing in that tub. It is wide open. There's not even water in that one. It's been empty for quite some time.
but there were hands and...
Now,
Never mind.
I think we should begin the treatment. Elenora, do me a favor. Please tell me how you're feeling today. Right in this instant. Tell me, what exactly is it that you're feeling?
I'm feeling paranoid, unsure. Nora, do you know how long I've been here?
My dear, you were raised here. You were raised downstairs with your daddy.
My dad?
You truly don't remember.
As far as I know, he left when I was really young.
No, honey, he died. He was attacked. Do you not remember? This is interesting, as she pulls out a board and begins to write. So you really don't remember?
I don't know what there is to remember. I remember being raised with my extended family and them telling me that he had ran off when I was young, but...
Why, you were for a time. But that was only until the court proceedings, dear.
How did I get here? Everything's so fuzzy.
At the risk of upsetting you, we should postpone this for your next session. As the cold apparently didn't assist you, let us try heat to calm and settle your vapors. As she goes over to the panel and begins to turn a dial, and it clicks loudly, click, 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 and she pulls a lever down, and you can hear a machine whirring, and the water begins to circulate in the tub, and you can feel it getting warmer rapidly. 80, 90, 100, 110. It's borderline scalding as you are stuck in this tub. What would you like to do?
Well, I don't want to give Nora the benefit of letting her know. I mean, that sounds perfect degrees for me personally, but I'm just gonna...
115. It continues to get hotter.
I'm just gonna kind of like grip my teeth and just be like, I think that's hot enough, Nora.
She looks at you with a grin on her face. Are you certain? How are you feeling? Are you still quandary?
I'm mostly just burning up now.
But your mind is off of those horrible memories, aren't they?
Nora, do you enjoy torturing us? Sometimes I feel like I see a little glint in your eye.
Torture is a strong word, Elenora. This is treatment. This is therapy. I can see progress finally being made in you. You've been so evil, Elenora. Having these visions, telling me of fortunes, and being so strong-willed. You'll never make anyone happy that way, Nora.
Well, I guess I'm stuck here then. Can't really find a way to get out.
If you would just behave, if you would just let the treatments work, the water gets hotter. I do think you're right. That is enough. She pulls the lever. Click, 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 click. as it goes the other direction. The lever goes back on, and the water begins circulating. It begins cooling at a slower rate. Down the hall, even with everything going on, you can hear there's some screaming from somewhere.
Nice.
In this wing. The water begins to freeze. It is ice cold as you begin to shiver.
Not very funny, Nora. I'm ready to get out of here.
Do you have any more questions? Or are you satisfied?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing great.
Where do you live, Elenora?
Here, as far as I know.
How long have you been here?
Apparently since I was a child. Even though I don't remember living here.
It could be the medication. But at least you're admitting the truth now. You're playing the game. You're playing the rules. Proud of you. You can return to your room. I'll send Bill in shortly to get you. Mike and I need to have a discussion. As she switches it off, you're left shivering for what feels like hours. But the water eventually does warm back up. As Bill shows up, rudely takes you out of this tub, almost pulling you by like the scruff of your shirt. Eventually you are taken back to your room. You can hear there are dry garments left for you on your bed. Eventually you hear them ringing the bell for curfew. Food is taken to you to your room. At some point you do hear knocking on your door. And you think you hear Teddy's voice, but you're just sitting in your room. And then you hear scuffling outside of your door. The hatch slides open just slightly, enough for you to see Mike talking to Tyson. Mike unravels. His body parts fall to chunks, clean slices, no blood, alive on the floor before you as you barely catch a glimpse of this. Tyson is taken away by Nurse Nora in a new form as she makes her way gracefully down the stairs. Her visage melts in front of you until you see this pale, slender woman, stitches running up her abdomen, across her chest, around her face and jaw, cotton sticking out from the back of her skull as she takes Tyson to the elevator.
Well, the whole time I'm seeing this, I'm just like screaming and like banging on the door, like yelling at them not to take Tyson.
You are ignored. Nora does look back at you.
Is there any response?
Smiles.
Is there any response from Tyson, or is he just like trance?
Tyson looks like he has made peace with his fate. There is definitely a glance backward, but it almost looks like he thinks he knows what he's doing. It is a familiar look from Tyson of he's drug. Teddy and Sylas, you begin to hear screaming and banging only 2 doors down from you. What do you do? And do keep in mind you guys do have the key.
Teddy would have...
Yeah,
go ahead. Oh.
I was going to say, do we recognize the voice as...
Yeah, it's Elenora. This is the first you finally heard of her all day.
Teddy would have made sure that Sylas had the key. He would just turn. She's out. that's Elenora. Is she in the hall with?
Can we
She
get
out of
any
the-
visual of through
It's
our?
around a corner. So your door faces like it's an L shape. So you guys are right here on this corner. So your door is just across the hall. You do, as you look out your hatch, you see a severed hand, Sylas. Clean cut, familiar in its method. Lying there twitching on the floor.
You want to break more rules?
If we're gonna go up, we might as well do it now rather than later, right? We're gonna get.
It was rhetorical, and I'm gonna put the key in the.
Well, you reach through your hatch, turn and
Oh yeah, shit, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's gonna take some
Unlock.
finagling, I guess.
Yeah, it works. I could
Don't
be a
drop
jerk.
it! Don't drop it! Don't drop it! Don't drop it!
Uh,
Don't drop it!
You know what? Roll
Damn it.
reflexes.
I don't like that
Just
at all.
I just want to see something.
Nah, you don't want to see. It's a
Nothing to
6.
see here.
It's a 6? No, it does unlock. And you fall forward and the door just swings open and slams, catching your arm. Just your shoulder is now sore. It's a little stiff as it you see Sylas just
We do the
close
thing like when
door.
you're kids, you just freeze like.
Yeah, so and as you look down, Mike is sitting there voiceless, gasping with a look of shock and fear. Well, Mike's head, at least.
The first thing Teddy's gonna do is he's gonna kind of like very not on all fours, but he's gonna very like kind of lankily and like get very low to the ground because he doesn't know how to be stealthy, but he imagines it like that's kind of how you do it. And he's gonna crawl over to Mike and just kind of pat. Well, he's gonna like look at Sylas. Yeah, are you doing okay? Is that all right?
As you
Yeah, what are you doing?
As you do
What do
that,
you mean?
you look down on the floor in front of you, and there's Mike staring at you eye to eye.
Hey, Mike. I'm gonna like tap his.
Roll, keep it together, as this is the first time you have seen something like this.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna make sure I get the key out of the door. By the way.
2d10. Oh, that's a 0 and a double 0, so that's 20. For a 21.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Thank
You
you,
look, and
Miraculous Dice.
it's almost like at this point you're just unfazed.
Teddy could care
You-
less.
Yeah,
Teddy,
you're just
Teddy's
like-
like, how you doing? Like part his hair a little bit so I can
Teddy,
see his
he's
eyes
not
a little.
fine. That's creepy. Let's
What do you mean? He's just like laying here.
Part of him is, and I'm gonna close his eyes.
as he opens them back up, as he is very conscious.
Oh, he is. I thought he was dead.
But you
okay.
can see where the line is. He has no vocal cords to speak
Oh God. Okay, that's
with.
gross.
His torso is down the hall making rasping noises.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's.
We can't fix him.
But they're clean lines.
Absolutely
There's no
not.
blood. It looks
Wait.
cartoonish.
Wait.
Eleanor
mean
is
we-
still screaming, I assume.
All
You
right,
know,
fine. You
Great
okay?
guy.
You head towards Eleanor. I'll start
All right,
bringing
give me
his upper
the key.
half.
and I'll just scamper down the hall.
Okay.
The
You find
worst
Eleonora
idea.
looking through her. You see Eleonora screaming, looking through her hatch.
Hey, while you were getting your treatment, we got a key.
That's great, guys, but they took Tyson. I don't know what's going on. That was not Nurse Nora, though.
What do you mean?
I don't know what that was.
You're talking about the thing that wait, can I? Yeah, I'm gonna put two and two
Mhm.
together because that's Sylas saw the exact same thing, spindly.
Yep,
With-
that's
with, like,
I'm here. I
exactly
saw
ribbons.
it. I'm like
I'll-
carrying his.
I'll unlock the
Are you
door.
are
and-
you reassembling Mike?
I'm going to put them back next to each other.
Yeah. Well, now Mike
Just-
is in a neat. Are you putting him in anatomical order? Or are you just putting him in a pile?
Yeah, this is like the worst game of operation ever.
If we're gonna do this, we
Uh,
might as well do it right.
I'll put them together put Humpty Dumpty back together just as he was.
I mean, you
But
put him together-ish. Like he's
okay,
not
and I'll tell
reconnected.
him. I'll be like, look, this happened to me. It was temporary. Here's all of your parts. Hopefully,
His eyes
it'll.
are fluttering. His mouth is flapping. Like you can tell he's in pure panic.
Okay. Anybody have an idea to
Well,
help him?
I'm opening the
Elenora,
door
your
for
door
Elenora.
opens.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So, you've never seen this before, correct, Teddy?
No. This is. Nurse Nora would never do something like this.
Yes, she did. She did it to me earlier with my
She
hand.
definitely would.
But like, I didn't see it though, so how do I know it really happened?
I mean, Exhibit A, it can happen. We're saying it did
There's
happen.
literally a man cut into pieces in front of us, Teddy. That's not a normal thing. That doesn't just happen.
Mike? No, he's fine.
Incorrect.
Right?
Pieces.
No? Oh.
I'm gonna kind of, is my door open yet, or am I still?
Yeah, you are free.
Okay, I'm free. I'm gonna go up, just kind of put my arm around Teddy a little bit, and be like, I know it's hard, Teddy. I know you were raised here. I was raised here too, apparently, maybe, if I don't know. But things are not what we think they are sometimes. Sometimes they're bad, and that's okay, but you have to accept that they're bad. And this is not normal.
Well,
Mike is still just gasping. His hands are flipping, and
I'm gonna take out
his
my pen.
thigh rolls out and hits Teddy in the leg, like in the foot, as it rolls.
I'm gonna take out my pencil that I have, or
Mhm.
pen that I have, and I'm gonna open it up and take all the pieces out and put them back into my pockets. But that way there's just the tube.
Mhm.
And then he's going to take the pen and and try to just stick them together like Legos.
Not a bad plan, but
Okay. What even kind of roll is this?
Lego assembly roll.
Keep it together. Sorry. That is not what this is.
Keep it together.
Go ahead and roll reflexes for me.
Roll reflexes. All right.
I mean, that's the most I can.
Hey.
Or coolness.
Oh,
right?
Yep.
act under pressure. Acting
Yeah.
under pressure. This is a coolness.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
the good news is that apparently Umbral Oculus dice like when I play Far Realms, because that was a 16 on the die minus 2 for a 14.
Okay, you managed to kind of stick stuff together. They stop rolling around, but they're still not attached. And his torso, as you're sticking things together, makes again this weird, as it's like smushed together, this weird gurgling raspy sound as though he is in pain because you're shoving pins into him.
Oh, that
fair,
didn't
that's
work.
fair.
Separate them. Pull them back
Can
out.
I?
More rasping, gurgling. Down the hall, you begin to hear footsteps. It sounds far down the hall, but you can see like a flashlight, whereas it's dark in this building. There's like a flashlight that comes, and you can tell by the size that it's all the way across the plexiglass doors. But currently you are sitting in a hallway with a severed body, and both of your doors are wide open.
We either have to decide if we want to go back to our rooms and take our chances with whoever that is coming down the hallway, or we can get out of here.
Nora doesn't carry a flashlight, right? I didn't see her with a flashlight.
No. It's
All right,
probably
somehow
what
then I'm not worried.
Bill?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a flashlight. She doesn't
Let
need one.
him come.
Teddy, do you know anyone that does have a flashlight?
It would probably be Bill, I think. Bill or one of the other nurses. But I don't think
you could guess, probably.
Yeah. But I mean,
any of you have any of your medication?
I have some stashed.
I'm gonna. Oh, if you want to use yours,
Can I see what they are, please?
I'm gonna go into my room and take the medication where I'd hid it, like behind the mirror, and take it out.
I'll run back as he says that to grab mine and come back.
Is there anything in there, Keeper, that will help me induce enhanced awareness. Not opposed to taking a bunch.
I would say, Eleonora's one in particular is this oddly bright teal capsule. This is, of course, the one that is given to you, Eleonora, for your vapors. This is the only one that is distinctly different from yours and Teddy's. This one is supposed to calm you. It's almost a sedative in a way. But Sylas, you looking at this, you note, and you've seen something similar, and you've taken a handful. That was it was a good trip.
Done. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to do enhanced awareness to see. Well, I'll tell you what I see if I succeed.
Well, Sylas just took my medication in front of me, so I'm very confused.
Yep.
I've never seen. He hasn't taken his medication.
Oh my
ever.
Uh-huh.
I'll tell her real fast where I take it. I've noticed that in the past, it's helped me see things that I couldn't otherwise see.
Okay.
It helps.
I'm
And I
gonna
don't
take your word
think
for
it's
it.
discriminate based
Okay.
off the type. But it might be, because I rolled a 4.
So you take this medication, and it
Oh no, that's bad. That's real bad.
it hits you like a ton of bricks, and you fall to your butt.
Yeah.
Suddenly around you, the walls become dingy, the lights become green and are flickering. You do see Teddy and Eleonora standing around you. They're both gaunt. They're wearing hospital gowns. Eleonora has a slight stitch around one of her eyes. And you can't tell if it's a stitch or a scar. Mike is definitely still there, except instead of a clean floor, there is blood all around you.
And all over me, I guess, too, right? Because I was carrying.
Yeah, it's just everywhere for this brief second, and the doors, those plexiglass doors separating the office area and the dorm area, swing open, and this burly, bald, masculine figure, Bill, comes storming through. Except as you're looking, one of his arms is bulbous in a way that's really inhuman. And as he gets closer, there are red stitches around his arm. The hand almost looks gangrenous.
Okay.
As he has a torch in his hand and begins lunging and running towards both of you. Before I obviously, in that situation, do need you to roll Keep It Together, because this is a lot darker than, and there's no light. It is dark outside in this moment. It is dark outside.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and there are ashes hitting the window. Yes. Sylas.
2. What is happening with these dice?
Okay. You see this, and with all of this happening, you just begin to shudder, and you scoot back into a corner, and you just are cowering in this moment as reality snaps back, and there is Bill, plain as day, standing there, clean floor, Eleonora, Teddy standing before you. You just see Sylas have an absolute panic and begin to recoil. You do not see what he sees, but you see him as he is sitting on the floor, holding his hands up, beginning to shake, staring at them, staring at Mike, looking up at both of you. And as Bill enters the door, he acts as though he's seen a ghost and recoils away.
Um, real fast, real fast. Two things. One, you get a thing. You get a thing.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Two.
Yep.
Am I okay when I come back?
Yeah. You don't
Okay.
lose any stability.
Okay.
It's just you are. I mean, you're okay, but you are still currently
It takes
like
yeah. I
fear
got jolted.
paralysis.
Yeah.
You're not moving for this moment. Cowering in your little space boots. Teddy and Elenora.
That was unintended.
And still like as he's sitting back against this wall, he's just like saying that, but like not moving.
I'm just gonna lean over to him and be like, "What did you see?"
As Bill is now approaching.
Oh, I'm ready to fight Bill.
Oh, are you? Bill comes
yeah.
up and he has this like the mag light, like heavy flashlight. The hell are you doing? What the?
Something happened to Mike.
Why did you have to get the fuck out of your room? Why couldn't you just stayed in there? All right, and he goes to swing his flashlight at you, Elenora, attempting.
Okay.
So I will need you to. You can avoid or endure. I will leave that to you if he goes to swing at you.
I will choose to avoid, but can I also use one of my advantages?
You certainly can.
Alright.
Again, bear in mind this will be the one that you can use for this scene, but yes, you can.
Yes. All right. I want to use Bound, and I want to call upon whatever it is to help me out with this situation because I know I can't take Bill by myself.
Do it.
Alrighty. Let's see. Gives us an 11.
An 11. Okay.
Yes.
You get to choose one of your options.
Okay. I want to disperse magic targeting me.
Good point. Okay. That actually works. So you delve into yourself. And this calm, almost like cold sweat washes over you as you just stand there as Bill goes to swing. And Sylas, where previously you had seen the red stitching around his arm, goes to hit, and as that flashlight hits your shoulder, it just falls, and his arm just seems to collapse and fall to the ground. Again, Sylas, this is previously where you had seen the stitches. Elenora, it just looks like his arm sloughs off. And sitting in its place is this bone, but it's like broken and surrounded by cotton. As it's kind of like wriggling now, and he stops and is staring at his arm. Begins to back away from you and like is holding it and is just staring in this moment, seemingly not sure what to say.
If I can overcome my fight or flight mechanism, what I'd like to do is, as he's backing away, looking at Elenora, take my key out and stab it into his neck.
Okay.
Can I follow that up with grabbing the mag light and bashing him on the temple?
Yeah, I will say, like, we'll go with Teddy first, because Teddy, you're standing right there with Elenora. Like,
yeah, I didn't know how far away I was.
You're probably a good 10 feet at this point, just because you squirmed and wiggled back.
Right.
So this mag light goes to hit and just begins to fall. You catch it, and then I will need you to go ahead and roll your aggression.
That's violence, correct?
Yeah. I never thought I'd see Teddy be violent.
No, I love it. This new side.
Well, he's like, you watch his hand shake a little as he like goes to take it, and then like obviously looks back at Elenora, and even though she's probably looking badass because like she just made a guy's arm slough off, he's like, I guess, and like goes for the swing. But that's gonna be a Let's see. Oh wait, no, that's a better roll than I thought it was. That's a 18 minus 1. I'm sorry. I thought I had a Teddy's. Listen, I'm going to be saying other words about Umbral Oculus on Tuesday, but right now I'm saying good things. So that's a 17.
Okay. You catch him on the side as he begins to like back away, like aghast. You just catch him at like right there, square on the jaw. You just hear a as he collapses unconscious. Like you clock him, you hit him square, and he just falls to the ground. Sylas, you see him collapse.
So
The
as that
illusion
happens,
shudders. The illusion shudders briefly. And as the illusion shudders, you see it flickers just that moment. You see the arm bleeding and gushing on the floor. You see him collapse. You see this gangrenous limb. There's pus. And there's a smell.
Yep.
And you return back and go ahead and this is me. You are going to lose 1 stability in this moment.
That's fine, and I'm actually may lose more because what I think would actually happen is when that whole thing played out and he collapsed, he now represents everything that I was just afraid of. So I'm kind of going to go a little crazy on him and like not just like slash out, but like jab, 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 jab.
Okay. If you are willingly feeding the
I think so.
beast,
I think so.
okay, in which case you will lose. I will say you lose 2 stability, and I will allow you to roll for violence. Yeah, go ahead and engage.
Cool.
So Elenora, his arm sloughs off. Teddy, you just clock him. He collapses to the ground. Sylas lunges past your legs, almost in this animalistic rage, and
Would I minus the stuff before?
before this is like.
Okay,
I will say the -2 to your stability is definitely in the process.
Okay, cool.
Like,
so that would be a 13.
A 13. Okay. Yeah, so yep. Let's see. Ooh.
What? I don't like that.
Okay. So you're going and you're slashing and I mean, there's stuffing flying everywhere. Elenora and Teddy. And it's astonishing to you because there's just no blood, but there's just stuffing.
Well, I'm mesmerized by this and somewhat satisfied by the show of the stuffing just flying everywhere.
Yeah, you can see red stitching like being popped as there were more underneath his scrubs.
I see. With all that going on, I'm gonna look over at Ted and be like, "Nice shot, Teddy," and just gonna walk over to where Sylas is, presumably still stabbing the body.
Yes.
I'm just gonna carefully put my hand on his shoulder and be like, "I think we're good."
I'll kind of slouch back and like sit on my butt.
Yeah, I want to check the
Covered
body
in
to
stuffing.
see if there's any keys or any kind of weapon, anything on the body.
Okay, so you're feeling around. There's definitely a key ring.
Okay.
Several keys on it. Clearly labeled. They are like, it'll be like B1. Then you see B2. Similarly, there is the all access key that looks the same as the one that is now covered in stuffing.
Okay.
There's like a B3. And then there's a house key. And it just says A2.
Okay. So I'm gonna pocket that. I'm gonna look over to Teddy and I'm gonna just kind of walk back over and just gonna be like, "Teddy, I know you've been here for a while. I know you've been on good terms with the staff, so good job for,
Oh, there's a
hanging
gun.
out with this. Oh, there's a gun.
There's a gun?
Well, it looks like a gun, but there's a gun. Yeah.
It looks like a gun and bangs like a gun. It's probably
well,
a gun.
it looks like it's like a gun holstered. If you remove it and look, it's a stun gun.
I see.
But yes,
That could
so
come in
you
handy.
You have a stun gun and a
Here,
key ring.
Sylas,
Good,
let me,
good.
and I'll take the
What
key
is it?
from Sylas. I want to wipe the stuffing off of the key for Sylas and then hand it back. There, you know, I wouldn't have imagined that somebody gets stabbed, somebody that hard with the key, but good for you.
Improvisation.
Mike's eyes are basically rolling in his head.
You take that pill every day?
I do.
Must be allergic.
You hear a ding.
We're going hard.
A ding down the hallway that sounds like an elevator door.
We should probably move. It looks like we just
Yeah.
killed 2 people.
2 stuffed people, but yes.
I will say with that, you guys do know that there's the elevator. There are both the office area that has the medicine cabinet, the records, that's through the currently open plexiglass doors. Beyond that, of course, is the 2 session rooms, the doctor's offices, guest bathroom, and you do know there is both an elevator and a stairwell.
Okay.
But
I say we go.
You hear the elevator.
I say we go towards the stairwell. I think we'd be less likely to be caught there.
And
Do we have to go by the elevator to get there?
It's across the hall from the elevator, but you do hear that ding. You do, and in this moment, y'all aren't stupid at this point. You're fairly certain you've got to hide.
Let's go to.
You 2 go into Eleanor's, and I'll close the door, or like I'll push them into that one and close the door, and then lock it real quick. I'll grab the key from Sylas, lock it, and then I'll run to ours.
You're moving Mike as well.
Oh shit! I'm not that strong.
Mike.
Well, no.
Mike.
We could always just leave them out in the hall, and if we're all locked in our rooms.
Yeah.
Maybe it's fine. We'll go.
Yeah. If we go back to our rooms, we should be fine. And let's just let that be a thing that happened out here. I don't.
Can we? Do we have enough time to do that?
We're running out of time.
I know. Do we have enough time to get you in your room and us in our room?
Yeah, I mean, y'all are 5 to 10 feet away from respective rooms.
Let's just all go in Eleanor's room.
But then our door's open.
They are open.
Okay.
And you are also
Eleanora, that's why I was freaking out.
Let me also say, Elenora, you are also aware that Nora saw you.
Yeah.
So
I would say whoever it is, we've got some handy dandy little tools here now. I'm gonna take out my little stun gun.
Is there?
Okay.
We can get them to go 2 wards. Here's in Teddy's room. We could always come up from behind.
Do we? Oh God! Okay, fine. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go.
You hear the first set of double stainless plexiglass doors open.
I'm running back to my room.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm doing the same.
Close the door.
Teddy's not that
I'll
brave.
close Eleanor's door first and then run.
Okay, so you guys close the door, run to your room.
We can't lock our door, so we're just gonna have to hope.
You hear clicking of heels down the hallway. You hear them stop. You hear the heels move to a door. You hear the sliding of a hatch.
No.
It closes. A door swings open. You hear the bedroom furniture in one of these rooms get slung across the room.
How did this plan fail?
You hear the heels clicking out of the room. Walking down the hallway. Coming around the corner. Where are you at in your room? Elenora, are you standing there bold as day? Are you hiding? Teddy and Sylas, what are you doing?
I'm sitting on my bed. I have the taser tucked up into my pants, and I'm crying furiously to pretend like nothing just happened. I'm still devastated, and I have.
Are you in your room, or did you go with?
Oh, I thought I was in my room.
I thought you went with them.
No, I thought you did.
I think I'm in my
you
room.
went with. I think you went with us.
Yeah, I did. Okay.
Okay, because that changes things.
Okay.
Okay, so in their room, do you stay out in the open?
No, I'm hiding.
Okay, so you
I
just
would push her to like where my bed is, like push her
under
up
the
on
bed?
the top bunk and tell her to
Okay.
like tuck in, and then I'd like to try to go. Well, the doors open inward or outward?
They open outward.
Outward. Okay. I'd like to like put myself up against the wall where if like the hatch were to open, they wouldn't be able to see me.
Okay.
Like just go super flat.
Okay.
I am
Sylas.
directly on the other side of the hatch.
Okay. You hear the heels stop. Slide a hatch across the hall. Move again. Slide another hatch. Move again. Slide another hatch. Move again. Stop in front of your door. Slide a hatch.
Hello.
Sylas, why are you awake? Was it all of that rustling outside?
Yes, I'm dying to know what's going on out there.
Do you need more medication, Sylas? You do remember our agreement.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm fine. It just that woke me up, and I'm kind of curious to know what's going on. Is everything okay?
It's fine. Just a disagreement. Go ahead and do me a favor. I mean, you're lying. Right.
That is correct.
Go ahead and roll charisma for me.
The coolness?
Nope, this is straight
Oh,
charisma.
charisma. I see it. Influence.
Yeah.
All right. Is this a different scene?
This is technically
From my enhanced awareness, I guess.
That enhanced awareness will still carry over as it's the same scene. So you could still.
Can I do contagious insanity or not?
Not since it's
Okay.
the same.
Okay, cool. So charisma?
Yes. It's crazy you didn't think about that when you were fighting a person in front of you, but okay.
It's fine. He's dead. Minus a whole big bunch now, so
A whole big bunch.
God, 8.
Oh my god. Your chest begins to feel stiff. There's a sharp pain.
I think
Go
I should
to
lay
bed.
down.
Thank you, Mr. Black. At least Teddy's in bed, as he's supposed to be.
Yeah, he's a good.
The hatch slides. You can hear giggling as she walks down around the corner. You can hear some slight scuffling. After about 15 to 20 minutes, 2 pairs of footsteps leave the area. You hear the ding of the elevator down the hallway, and then all is silent.
So Nora knows that I am not in my room now, correct?
Absolutely.
Good. Love that for me.
All right, so I think we're good, but she's going to be on the lookout for you, so we got to move quiet.
Teddy, you know this place better than the two of us. What are our best locations around here to not be seen?
Muted.
Would I know of another corridor other than the stairs or the elevator to get around?
Those are the 2 options.
The quieter of the two is definitely the stairwell. The quicker
Go up or down.
And we can go either way. I mean, if
Do you know what's downstairs, Teddy?
you know the first floor, there's the it's like the general like welcoming area, and like there's a couple of like general practice doctors' offices down there. But other than that, there's like it's not a whole lot that we can use.
There are also
Or
the
anything.
two apartments. One of them supposedly is Nurse Nora's apartment, and the other one is the physician's apartment, as there is a physician on campus at all times.
Two people that live here too, or a doctor.
I think using the elevator is probably too risky because somebody's going to know it's going up and down.
Yeah, our best way bet is just to make it to the stairwell as fast as we can.
Are we still trying to go to the 3rd floor?
I think if we want to find Tyson, that's probably our best bet. Because
And
there's
Jack's
just
wife.
the
Do we
3rd
really
floor.
want to find Tyson though?
I
Yes.
don't know. He gave me a look. So I feel like he knows what he's doing, but knowing Tyson, he has no idea what he's doing, and we need to go check on him.
It's
Well,
bravado. What do you want to do, Teddy? I'm
there's
sure you have
only
much fight in this game anyway.
this floor, the 2nd floor, and the 3rd floor, correct, Teddy? Or is there?
To my knowledge,
you
yeah.
know that's not true.
Yeah, there's not. There's one above that.
There's one above that.
Yeah, it's a sewing room.
But you
I'm
took the
assuming-
elevator, didn't you?
I did.
So
I don't
let's
know
take
if
the
stairs go
stairwell.
up there. I doubt it.
So if we don't want to hit the 4th floor, we probably should take the stairs. Because the stairs is where, or the elevator is where Nora took you, right? She took you
Yeah.
up to the 4th. Yeah.
Let's go for the stairs then.
I mean, I really don't want to go back up there, but and he kind of looks at Eleanor and he goes, "You've been here just as long as I have. If you're going to go up, I guess I might as well see whatever this bad that you're talking about is."
Well, I appreciate it, Teddy. You're being very brave right now, and I'm proud of you.
He grips the Samwise Gamgee grips the flashlight.
Listen, if they found out that I killed that guy, then I'm definitely going up there anyway. So
Let's do it.
Guys, do you leave the room?
Yes. I'm gonna open the door
Lovely.
slowly and kind of like peek around first, down the corridor and everything, make sure there's nothing.
Okay. Nothing. The body
Alright.
parts are gone.
From both?
Yep.
Don't love that. It's not a great sign. Gonna motion for them to like come along.
You make your way out. The double steel doors, of course, are closed. Of course, they're the clear, thick plexiglass. Make your way, see no light.
Do we want any of medications before we leave? Or we go up there?
The only
Sylas?
one that seems to
Roll
Work
for
better.
addiction.
Knew you were gonna say that.
New scene, by the way, but yes, roll for addiction.
I didn't mean for it to happen, but I'm not sad.
Come on.
What do
Let's
I?
go.
It's
You
just
ju-
straight
it's just straight. Yep.
minus my minuses though, right?
Uh-huh.
That's 2.
You need those medications. He says that and it dawns on you, and you open those doors without even saying anything and beeline through the door and to your right. Take your key. You immediately unlock that office area that has all of the prescriptions all along the wall. You walk in, you just start grabbing. And you're looking and you're looking and you're looking till you find the kind you're looking for.
I'm looking for Eleanor's.
You take 1, 2, 3. Green light flickers over your head. The walls are dingy. You do improve your sanity by 2 points.
It's good. It's good.
Because of the effects of medication, but and this is a familiar view to you. You
I'll
look,
back out.
there are things in jars floating as you close the door. Returns to normal briefly. As you look back, clean hallways. You guys see him just go in and start as Sylas is pillaging the medicine cabinet. do you go with him, or also Elenora and Teddy, you guys both know that the record cabinets are across the hall from it, like same big office area.
I'm going towards the records hall. I'm definitely looking for my file.
I mean, you go, it's alphabetical. Go over, pull it up, open it up. Teddy, are you with her?
I would follow Elenora at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, Teddy would follow, but he's not. I don't think Teddy's at the point where he's actively like he's not. He doesn't really feel like searching. Like he's still kind of at that weird like he doesn't know whether or not he wants to like go full bore into searching and figuring out what this veil thing is, or like if he wants to stay with the new normal. But he knows that Elenora is kind of like his balance between the two, so he's going to follow Elenora.
Okay. So, Elenora, you open your folder, it lists the vapors and melancholia, and it lists a psychosis, and you can see them describing the things that are you, of like, has delusions. It seems this paper is very fresh. This paper is very new.
Is that what they write on?
I'm immediately going to start looking for Teddy's then, because I know Teddy has also been here the longest, to see what state of repair his paper is in.
Elenora, do you hold onto the folder, or do you set it down as you're going?
I set it down.
Teddy, as Elenora sets the folder down, the papers kind of slide, and there's a picture in this folder.
Oh,
You recognize those eyes. Teddy, it's those eyes. Teddy, that's the doctor. As Elenora is rustling through files, trying to find yours, which eventually you do come across it.
And the doctor is in the picture?
Mm-hmm. Holding a little girl.
You know who this is?
I'm going to look back at Teddy. No, they don't look familiar.
The doctor has the same eyes as Elenora.
Yeah.
The little girl has dark brown eyes.
So different.
It looks like...
That's weird.
Go ahead and roll, just for funsies, roll a reasoning.
Oh, man. For funsies.
Yep.
Hey. Hang on, point of clarification for Logan, because Logan may have been doing a couple of things wrong, and he doesn't want to mess up in the future. Since I'm distressed, it's -1 to all of my rolls. Mm-hmm. Okay, there were a couple of rolls that weren't as high as they should have, because I forgot about that.
They were all still stupidly high.
They were all. But this one, however, is a 7.
7.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a girl with brown eyes. And the doctor has the same eye color as Elenora. Like, so it goes beyond eye color. They look identical, but
yeah. And I'm gonna kind of just like hold that up to her face.
As you do that, you could maybe draw the connection that the little girl looks very similar to her.
I mean, the doctor looks really like you guys have the eyes and like your face looks the same. The girl not. And I'm gonna show her again. And like, is there a mirror nearby?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of mirrored surfaces.
I'm gonna grab a mirror and like show her. Like, are you sure you weren't here before I was?
I'm pretty sure.
Or like maybe right after. I mean,
that kid has brown eyes. So why it's in my folder, I don't know. But
and why were you? But you saw the doctor is the one who's upstairs on the 3rd floor.
No, lots of people have green eyes.
Not that. No.
Silas comes out.
Not this kind of green. Like Silas has Silas doesn't have green eyes. Silas has green eyes. These are no. No. This isn't right. It makes no sense.
You do have Teddy's folder as well.
I'm just gonna be like, it's okay, Teddy. I know there's a lot going on right now. It's okay. I'm just kind of gonna put the picture to the back of my mind because I have too many other things to worry about right now. I'm gonna open up Teddy's folder and see what his pages look like.
It lists all of the disorders supposedly that Teddy possesses. There's simply a letter It's a very thin folder.
Does it look like
It's-
it's old or does it look like it's
It looks
newer?
old.
Okay.
And it looks handwritten. This letter's handwritten, and it essentially details these parents deciding that they never wanted this kid. They don't want this kid. And they want it to be somebody else's problem. Seeking Nurse Nora's help.
I see.
And basically describing how they were leaving this toddler at the asylum.
Well, looking through that, I'm just going to close Teddy's folder real fast and put it back on the shelf before he can ask me any questions about it.
My folder's probably fine anyway. I'm a really good person.
Yeah, your folder was good, Teddy. You are a good person. The next thing I'm gonna look for, is there a Jack folder? Or is there just a Sylas?
You go, there's no Jack.
Okay.
You continue,
Tell her to look
though.
for Jessica.
You say that as
Yeah.
you do find Jessica Graves.
Okay.
You open it. Details the disorders: vapors, psychosis. Attached picture of a family. That's Jack.
Does it look old or new though? Like
Looks very old.
very old. Okay.
The paperwork looks new.
Okay.
Pretty about as new as yours. There's a newspaper clipping about local mother loses it. Suspects stalker. Husband can't be found. Children taken in by the state for their own protection.
See.
Mother institutionalized. Father still missing.
I see. I'm gonna relay all that information to Sylas and hand him the folder. And just kind of give everyone an overview of what I've seen. So what I've seen from our folders is ours looks fairly new. Our paper, it looks like they just printed it off the other day. Doesn't look like it's been here long at all. Teddy's, however, looks like it has been here a long time. So I don't think we've been here as long as they're telling us we've been here.
That's not right though, because I remember you as when I was a kid.
I know, Teddy, but I don't remember you as a kid. I remember, but I have other memories too that you aren't in.
You only remember Teddy as a child. That's it.
I remember you as a kid, but those in between years, there's nothing. It's like I lived a completely different life.
Can I try to think really, really hard?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Welcome to me in math class.
You know what? I'm gonna
Roll
I'm
for
try to
repressed
think really
memories?
hard.
Yeah, can I? Yeah, can I? Is there a thing for that?
Yep, roll for repressed memories. It's a disadvantage, and I'm making you do it.
What's the?
Just
'cause-
2d10.
Hi, Teddy.
Okay. What am I adding to it?
Nothing.
It's just 2d10.
You gotta
13.
subtract your thing though.
Oh,
You do
minus
have to
1. Subtract the minus 1, so that'd be 12.
12. Okay. So you have flashbacks in this moment of giggling and playing with Elenora in the courtyard. While, of course, Nurse Nora stands there at the back watching. At the end of recreation, you're taken back to the elevator, and Elenora goes freely to the rest of the building, and you see her go through one of the apartment doors.
Do I
And
know which?
in that memory of Elenora, she had brown eyes.
Um, you know,
Ronan, your expressions.
you don't remember.
No,
You don't remember how old you were when you were here with me.
Little kid.
I
Maybe y'all were
remember
maybe like 6, 7.
being little and playing, but
But your dad, your dad, your dad. Well, first off, you had brown eyes. Your eyes changed. I don't know how or why.
people's eyes just don't change, Teddy. I mean, I know
Kind of
we've
thing.
seen crazy things, but as far as I know, I've always.
But how far does your memory go back past your childhood? But after your childhood, though, like, is there any space or blank that you can think of?
Roll repressed memories as
Oh,
you've
I
not
didn't
taken
want
your
to.
medication.
Alrighty.
I have some if you want.
I like that we all have repressed memories. Everybody, repressed memories for you and repressed memories for
Welcome
you.
to Far Realms, where memories repress you.
I got a 6.
Oof.
Okay. I mean, you do lose 2 stability. Which Sylas, again, you know where medication is. You see her begin to recall. I will throw that out there as a friendly tip to my players. You are near the medicine cabinet. You begin to think, no, I didn't have brown eyes, and you fall back into this memory of, you do remember Teddy playing in these halls, playing outside particularly. You know that suddenly you recall that Teddy wasn't allowed to play where you could. You had to play with Teddy in the courtyard and not anywhere else. You can't picture the man's face, but you remember holding their hands occasionally. You remember the apartment suddenly, this small living room. You recognize the dining table. That's the table you hid under. That's that table. And you flash back to that night, hiding in the barrel, being pulled out. Small child. You remember looking across the table from you, seeing this monstrosity with 2 pairs of eyes staring at you, glistening with green flickering light. And it goes dark. You couldn't see anymore. And that's what sticks with you. I can't see. I can't see. I can't see. And Elenora, as she is falling into these, just starts crying and saying, I can't see, and rocking back over and over. And you are in the fetal position again in that moment.
Thanks, Teddy.
Good
job.
Listen, I'm sorry that every time you break down, it's because of me.
Having seen this for the 3rd time now, I think I'm going to lean down and kind of just like not pick her up, but like cradle her head a little bit, and then like try to coerce her into taking a pill.
Okay.
Her medication.
I mean, I will say, like, Elenora, you were kind of lost in that moment, but at this point you're used to medication, and you do I'll say that it does your stability repairs by like 1 for now. It's pretty heavy, but I will allow the 1 for now. It seems like it's a slow. It's almost
a little something.
Yeah, it's almost a placebo effect initially, but it's a slow release, right?
Okay.
But enough to at least snap you out of this psychosis in the moment.
Sorry to break up the party, but guys, we can't just stay here all night.
Yeah, in the span of about 15 to 20 minutes is when this all happens.
I'm just gonna wipe my face, and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
I don't have answers, but I might be able to help her. I'll hold up Jessica's file.
Let's do it then. Let's get someone out of here.
I'm gonna look at picture, and I'm gonna contemplate telling her about who her dad is, and then I'm gonna pocket that shit for later because we don't need any more of that today.
Okay, so
As we're walking, though, I'll be like, "Oh shit!" I'll turn to Teddy. Do you think, not to bring this all back up, but do you think the kid that you saw playing outside has anything to do with that? Could that be messing with your vision or memory?
What? The kid is... No, I think... I don't know. I mean, the kid seemed nice.
I don't know. It just
I
seems
couldn't
weird
think of
that
another
kid's
kid other
there.
than...
You were playing with kid. I don't know.
I mean, no, the kid was definitely... And I'm gonna yank him by the sleeve and pull out the picture because we're talking about it, I guess. And I'm gonna show him. I was like, "This is definitely Elenora." And then I'm gonna whisper in his ear and get really close. And this is... Remember when I was talking about the guy on the third floor, the doctor? This is definitely him.
Do I get a sense that this is Elenora?
it after it being called to your attention, it's like you're looking at a little kid, and yeah, it could
Right.
totally be her.
Well, I mean, she does have memories of playing with you, so who knows if those are real. Okay, we got to move though.
Yeah, we need to go. And I shove it in the
Eleanor, they're
pocket.
talking to each other like blatantly as you're walking.
I'm just kind of dazed
Get
out of it.
collected.
I'm just kind of like, they're probably
All right.
just talking about other things. I'm just going to start making my way toward the stairwell.
Yeah, let's move.
You open the second set of doors, which is where the group session rooms are, across from the doctor's rooms, their offices.
I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yep. The far end begins to crack, and a rather pudgy foot steps out with a strangely bulbous short man, kind of egg-shaped, no chin really, no neck, it's just kind of there. And bulbous in an inhuman way. Bulbous is the wrong word. Stick arms and legs, kind of, but the foot is weirdly pudgy. Bow tie, glasses, jolly little expression. Sylas reality flickers. Before you is a pulsating, gross, red stitched together humanoid figure with kind of this gaping frog mouth. 2 buttons for eyes. One red, one yellow, one definitely larger than the other. As it snaps back to the pleasant hallway, go ahead and roll. Keep it together. That's different.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys
no.
just see the doctor.
Hey, Dad.
How's it going?
Oh no.
Sylas.
Oh no. Somebody's gonna...
Okay, so it's just -1, so that's good. 7.
In this, you're so taken aback. So Dr. Andrews walks out of his office and Sylas collapses, -1 stability, and just is like in the fetal position, not moving.
So he can see us fully, right?
Yeah,
The
Dr.
doctor?
Andrews just walks
Okay.
out. Well, hey guys, what are y'all doing out so late? You don't have a guard with you?
Sylas took the wrong medication and now he's having a panic attack, I think.
Well, that's
Wait,
unfortunate.
We're trying to find help, but we can't find anyone.
Well, hey, let me help y'all get back to your room.
Oh, actually, I think
No, you should get back to your room before
You
she
gonna-
sees. And his jaw will drop open. You see it just completely become agape as like this large archway of a mouth. A tongue flops out. The lights flicker green, the walls are dingy, and this weird stitched together pulsating monstrosity lunges towards you, and that is where we're going to take a quick break. Yeah, so we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break and let my players revel in Dr. Andrew's true form. We will be back shortly in just a few, so, you know, enjoy the pulsating Stitch Boys
Oof.
as stuff. Alrighty, and welcome back to our pleasant, happy little sunshine show where nothing is wrong and everybody's happy. I lied. Hashtag stuffing. So, you guys, after raiding the medicine cabinet in the records hall, made your way through the double doors, heading towards the stairwell. The second office on the right opened up, and Dr. Andrews stepped out, being very encouraging about, we should go back to your room, before Sylas had a mental breakdown over the true visage of Dr. Andrews, a lumpy, pulsating, stitched together mass. Of course, Teddy and Eleanor are none the wiser, until his mouth drops, his jaw drops to the floor, elongating almost as like this massive frog mouth. Draws open, tongue flops out, the lights flicker green, the room is dingy. You see this pulsating mass just briefly before returning to a reality where this distorted figure in front of you begins to lunge towards you, jaw dragging on the floor, tongue flailing out to the side, this wretched stench hitting your nostrils. Just as Sylas, you see this happen, you return to reality, the stench hits you, so you begin to snap out of it. But first, Teddy and Elenora, this happens in front of you. What are you doing?
I'm pulling that stun gun out and I'm taking aim.
Okay, go ahead and...
All right. Do you want me to roll for it?
Yeah, let's roll for violence. Let's see what happens. This is gonna go great.
Alrighty, not doing bad. It's a 14.
A 14? That's not doing bad.
Okay.
Okay. So you aim the stun gun, the prongs launch out, stick dead to the back of its throat, and you pull the trigger and it zaps him, and you see the figure, like the jaw like flopping and flapping open, the tongue flailing as it falls back and fries. So we have the smell of burning flesh as well as that stench of almost dead animal as it falls back open and like almost seemingly melts open as this tongue just is out to the side, as this mouth is in front of you on the floor, and the stun gun is spent.
Does the thing look like it's starting to get back up, or is it like that down?
It's just like fried. It was like it was not meant to withstand too much.
Okay.
But it is, the stun gun is spent.
I'm gonna run up.
Kind of blubbering a little. Tongue flashes a couple of times.
I'm gonna run up and turn on the flashlight and like scan the body real quick to see if there's anything that stands out to me as important or as like things that we could use.
Pulsating stuff. Well, this mouth is like pulsating and gross. It's strange because as you look down and all you see is like cottony stuffing and stitches.
Does the mouth have teeth?
Yeah, they're buttons.
Perfect.
Damn. Wait, are they like sharp buttons or are they like...
No,
they're
just like buttons. Odds and end different sizes of buttons. Square, circular.
I'm grabbing Sylas's hand and pulling him up to his feet, and I'm like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna book it to where, be like, follow me, and do the whole this time I'm 100% going full like man-child and like on all fours, galloping.
Okay, so
Is
you
what he
begin
does, it's fine.
galloping. You can go up or down.
I say we go up if we're trying to find Jack's wife.
Yeah,
And Tyson.
yeah. You go ahead,
Oh yeah.
and I'll like start pushing him up the, like telling him to go up the stairway. I want to make sure that thing doesn't stand back up.
As you're standing there, begin to make their way up the stair, which it does go up and around. You look back; it's not moving.
I'm going downstairs.
Ooh.
Oh, stay safe.
Splitting the party never has consequences.
It's always bode well for us.
So we'll start with Elenora and Sylas.
Alrighty,
You
Sylas.
guys
You
are
have been
heading up.
up here before. Do you have any idea what room she's in or what any of the rooms are?
We skipped this floor. I've never been here
Oh,
before.
you're right. You said went to the 4th floor. Well,
But
just
I know what window she was in, so maybe
okay.
I can figure it out that way. But I'll have to get in there first.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Are you running? Or are you being quiet?
I'm kind of walking hurriedly, but I am trying to be quiet about it.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing that power walk thing.
On the wall of the stairwell, there's a portrait. It looks to be the portrait of that man in that picture from earlier. There seems to be a row of them. They all seem to have been doctors. The nameplates are like crossed out, like they're brass nameplates, and they're like scratched out. And as you continue up the stairs, you notice that the grime that you have only seen flashes of doesn't disappear now.
Hey, real quick. Your dad, do you know what he looks like?
I have no idea. I never met him. He left us when we were young.
Cool. Let's go.
Continue to make your way up. By the time you hit the top of the stairwell, flickering green lights, grimy walls. It's dark outside. You can still see through the windows in the stairwell as you're going. Dead trees for miles, ash raining onto the ground.
This looks more like the vision than the second floor.
Okay. Do I see anything that Jack is seeing, or it just looks normal?
Yeah,
to
no,
me?
you see it too, Elenora. Like as you go
Oh, okay.
further up, you begin to see it more prevalently.
I'm gonna look outside. I'm trying to figure out why there's ash falling.
The skies look kind of gray. I mean, it's dark outside. From what you can tell, it's even cloudy.
Okay.
There's like a single street light outside of the building that's like flickers. Go ahead and let roll for your perception, and let's just see what all you take in. Jack or Sylas, you're allowed to do so as well.
Okay. I don't see a whole lot. That's a 6.
It's dark.
It's a 7.
It's real dark out there, you guys.
What are you looking at?
Yeah, you're looking out there. It's kind of caking onto the window a little bit.
Okay.
And it's just kind of dusty looking. Elenora and Sylas, though, under that streetlight briefly, you do see a short figure. They look almost childlike in size, bald, black eyes, from what you can tell, at least the details of this distance. It seems to look directly up at that window before the lights flicker.
That's the same thing that Teddy saw.
I don't know what those are, but I don't think they're good, but we better hurry.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
As the light flickers, it's gone. You continue your way up the stairs. You hit the 3rd floor. there's a really bad stench, and there's like a black ichor lining the edges of the walls at the floor. You can hear down the hall screaming to one side. To the other, you can hear what sounds like kind of moaning and mumbling and repetitive phrases, but they're muffled.
Can we see anything inside the rooms, or is there like a latch like on our rooms, or?
So, like, as you enter the stairwell, across from you is the elevator. To the right is another little reception desk where there seems to be a figure staring down at the desk. They have not noticed you yet. They just seem to, like, their head seems to kind of roll, but their eyes do not come up off of their desk. To your left, you see double doors, and to the other side, you see more double doors. The sound with the screaming, there are flickering green lights, Elenora, that do somewhat ring a bell.
Okay.
That's where the screaming is coming from. The other side, the lights are more white, but they still do the same thing, flickering, but that is where the muffled, like, moaning and repetitious sounds are coming from. And as you look, it seems like one way looks similar to your treatment wing on the second floor, and in relative to where you are at the building, it's the same layout. Treatment rooms, and as you look, there are rows of doors, or it looks like rows of hallways, and you can kind of see at this angle of peering around that it looks like doors go down. It would seem that these rooms are much smaller and are much more compact.
Okay. Well, it sounds like there's a lot going on towards the back, so I say we take the sunnier side first, if you will.
You do see the person, like the figure at the desk, like their head rolling back and forth.
Are we gonna have to go past them
and make it 3 for 3?
Yep.
What do we got to go at them with?
I just hold up the key.
That'll work.
Well, let me sneak up and try to get a better look just to see if it's one of those or something else.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to sneak as much not in the open as I can, just maybe hug a wall and try to sneak up just enough to get a better view of the thing.
Okay. You let's roll for reflexes. Let's just to see.
Sure,
There are
it's not
some
coolness.
loose tiles. Oh, I will allow. Yeah, let's actually, yes, act under pressure. I will definitely allow that.
+2 -2, so that's a 13.
13. Okay. So you sneak your way, and you manage to make your way behind them, actually. Yeah. Like, you manage to come up to the side to see where the light is reflecting enough. Even as you're sneaking, they continue the same motion.
Are they patchy?
Yes. But you realize, like, coming around to the other side, they're just this mass of humanoid flesh together. The waist up is humanoid, but from the bottom down, they're rooted in place. They're almost like this pillar of abomination. And as you're staring at this thing from the side, down the hall, opposite to where you assume all of this, like, the rooms are, towards the treatment, you hear a footstep. A heavy footstep.
Would I be in line of sight if it came around the corner?
You're not in direct line of sight, but and it sounds like down the hall, but it's definitely coming from where all the screaming is coming from.
Sure. Okay, 2 questions. One is do I see a panic button, and or does this thing have a mouth?
Doesn't have a mouth.
Okay. It's not the answer I was expecting. I don't know why I asked that question.
Does it have a panic button?
Is there a panic button on the reception area?
Yes. There is, in front of it, there is a lever. And you can see attached, where now getting as close as you are, you can see its tongue coming out and wrapped around this lever. And as it rolls its head, it is attached to this lever.
I don't think a key can cut a tongue, so I'm gonna sneak back to Elenora.
You are both
so-
like cowered there at the stairwell.
So there's a problem. That thing is attached to a panic button. If it notices us, everyone's gonna notice us.
How close is it to like either hallway? Like, is it right directly in the middle? Like, would you have to get past to get to either one?
It's about from where you guys are currently, it's about probably about 15-20 feet to the treatment side and about 10 feet to the dorm side. There are two big stainless steel doors with the plexiglass on both sides, however.
Oh, and I buried the lead. There was a footstep down the hall, so somebody is here walking around.
Yeah. Well,
Occasionally you hear some stomping coming from that side, but it doesn't seem to be coming to your side.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of life behind it, so I don't think we would be too easily seen. But I think getting through those doors is going to be a problem, because that is definitely noticeable.
Yeah.
Do I have absolutely anything else on me, or is it that taser was it?
That taser was it. Go ahead and observe a situation for me.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's an 18.
It's 18. Silas?
13 minus 3. So
Oh, I
10.
forgot. I forgot my minus, so that's a 17.
Oh, darn. Yeah, so
I don't even know why I'm rolling at this point.
as you look over, however, you do see very large vents to the, like, it looks like vents at first glance, but as you stare longer, there's a handle, and it looks to be a laundry chute connected to the other side of the dorm. Like, there's a hatch, it seems like, as these doors seem like, looking at the floor, there's like no scrapes hardly ever. It's very, they look newly touched, but it does not seem like these doors open very often.
Okay.
But this hatch seems pretty well used.
Okay.
It is probably like 3 foot wide, 3 foot tall. It's a large hatch.
Okay. Well, I see a laundry chute over there. I think we could fit through if we wanted to get over and not be detected. That's probably our best bet. We
Sure,
can't
just
take
devil's
that thing out with
advocate.
anything.
If we're caught, we're trapped.
We are trapped. It is true. But I think that's our best bet.
So before you attempt that, Teddy,
We haven't even thought about Teddy.
Anywho,
you begin to make your way down
It's
the
fine.
stairs.
It's fine.
Where's he at?
It's okay, guys.
Meta. You guys make your way down the stairs. Are you being quiet or loud?
Teddy's going he's going quickly, but he's going quietly. I feel like Teddy has pretty silent, like, not padded feet, but like, yeah, he's pretty versed at slinking around.
You make your way down and around. Gets a little brighter. It's kind of sunny outside, which is odd to you. Smells of vanilla, cinnamon.
Oh, I like that. It smells nice.
Smells clean and nice. It feels warm down here. You hit carpeting. You're almost distracted briefly at how pleasant. There's like elevator music.
Take my slipper off real quick and like feel carpet on my feet, because I don't think I've ever felt carpet. Like, no, I want to go to the physician's office.
The office or the apartment?
The apartment. My apologies. I want to go to the physician's apartment.
You take a right and you head over to the apartment. Simply says A2.
Wait, and the whole time there's nobody, like there's nobody in any of that,
It's
like the
empty.
reception desk, nothing like that. All right, I'm gonna just try the door.
It's locked.
Shit.
You do have the key ring.
Oh, wait. I thought Sylas had
No,
the key.
Silas has the key.
I have the one key.
You had the key ring that
Did
came
I?
off of. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, then I'll use the key ring and pop that open.
It opens. It's dusty.
I'm gonna close the door behind me. I'm not gonna lock it. I'll close the door behind me. And then I will turn on the flashlight and start scanning. I want to see if I can find anything that would help me continue to piece together Elenora.
Okay. As you scan the room, there's a turned over picture frame. Looks to be Elenora and this man. It also appears that there is what looks like almost like a teenage to young adult son in the picture as well. They all look similar.
Okay. I'm gonna take that, put it in the inside of my sweater. Does there look like there's like a little office, like a little desk or cubicle or like anything like that that the physician may have worked at when he was at home?
As you peruse through the living room, the apartment takes kind of a turn, and there's like a little dining room, and the table is flipped upside down. There is a door across from it that, like, there's a flickering light, and it seems to go to a stairwell that leads downward.
Well, Logan doesn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
Basements
it.
are good.
Shit. Fuck. Been to the third floor. Might as well see what's in the. Fuck, I don't want to go. Logan doesn't want to go, but Logan doesn't want to go, but he knows he has to. He's already made this path. I could turn around, but why would I do that? That makes no sense. No, Teddy wants answers, and if the physician was Eleanor's dad, and Elenora lived here, then the physician would also live here. So he would go down the stairs.
Begin to go down the stairs. It is now that you notice some blood stains. You notice the dust is disturbed in a trail as you look behind you from this basement to the door. Nowhere else in the apartment. You continue your way down. There is a large barrel. Lots of wooden shelves with random jars and boxes. The jars seem to have a clear liquid. If you stare at them long enough, there are things floating in them. There's a green light flickering further down around the shelf.
Do any of the jars have eyes?
Yep.
Is there a jar that has brown eyes?
These all seem to be animal. Like, as you're looking,
animal.
they're like
Okay.
cow and... Nope.
Okay.
As you look back at looking at that picture,
mm-hmm.
You would have noticed that the young adult teenage male was wearing like black glasses.
Okay. So I wouldn't have been able to see his eyes. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Shit.
Do you go further in? As you can kind of see through the shelf. It's like those shelves, they're like...
Yeah.
You can see there's like a metal table.
Hang on. I want to see something.
Yes, Ronan.
Oh, you know what I want to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I haven't done yet? I want to enhance awareness.
Okay.
I'd like to enhance awareness.
Okay.
Minus, or it's soul plus roll. So soul is 3 minus 1, so plus 2. That's going to be a 18. 16 on the die plus 2.
Okay. You look around and like the buzzing coming from the flickering lights stops. You can almost like see past it. You can hear past it briefly. There is resting on one of the shelves what appears to be a large binder of sorts. It has the name Jones on the front. If you open it at the front, it's the picture of the young adult teen male that appeared similar to Elenora and her father. Begins to detail various ailments that this person had, including blindness. You continue through, begins to talk about medical experiments conducted by the doctor, also known as their father. Continues in further, the father becomes frantic. Continues in further, the father becomes obsessive. Continues in further, no longer speaking of this individual as their son. Begins talking of amalgamations. And then the notes just become anatomy. As you look further in, there's definitely a table. There are 2 tables with straps across them, and they are stained with blood. There is also a cot, very large cot, at the very end of the basement. It does look a little disheveled.
Damn it. Why'd I come down here by myself? I'm going to close the book, and then I'm going to retrace my steps back to Sylas and Elenora, I think.
Okay, so you slowly begin to make your way up.
Yeah. I don't want to go farther. I'm done.
Sylas and Elenora.
Mom, come pick me up.
You see the hatch. You do hear footsteps coming up rather swiftly further down the stairwell, but you do hear them.
Wish I had a flashlight. Where's Teddy?
There's a flash of light down the
flash
stairs.
of I do have the flashlight on, so I'm like running up the stairs. You just
There's
see
a
like
flash
the light going.
of light behind you.
I was honest. I would probably head into the damn hatch quickly.
Sylas takes without stealthing.
No, I will sort of drag Elenora into the hatch with me, not stealthily.
So Elenora and Sylas, you get to the hatch and open it and begin to jump in. Teddy, you see them jumping into this hatch.
We probably should have warned Teddy about the receptionist.
I'm like scanning. I see
I didn't
them,
know it was.
I'm like,
I don't know it's Teddy though. I literally just see a flashlight running up the steps.
I'm gonna turn off the flashlight.
Yeah, so you flash it in the face and then turn off the flashlight.
And then I'm gonna get on the ground and I'm gonna crawl up to the hatch because I imagine they're staring at the hatch.
So Sylas and Elenora, you make it to the hatch as the flashlight flashes this thing in the face. You now see the thing does not has like sunken hollows. There is flesh at the back of them, but there are no eyes. There is just kind of the mouth with the tongue thing almost seemingly stitched shut, as you can finally see in detail what is before you. But you see these exposed ear canals as you hit the hatch. And as it throws itself back.
Oh shit.
what would you like to do as you suddenly see the lights overhead turn bright?
Does that mean we get a visual of Teddy now?
Yep.
Hey guys.
Come on.
Oh,
Into the hatch, like
Into the
making
hatch.
you. So it's like one of these buddies.
Mhm.
Oh,
So
goody.
you like you kind of have to like let one through, but you manage to do. But you do hear stomping coming from down the hallway. You do. I will say you guys make it through this as you are now on the other side of these steel doors. There are two bars, like two like bar-like handles, as you do see this mass of something as there's flickering lights way on the other side of the building becoming like moving quickly.
On the outside of the hatch?
Like on the other side of the building, like through the doors you just came through, and then through another set like towards the treatment room. You guys are now on the dorm side, so it's
Okay.
like here's the reception area. You guys went this way into the dorm area and like all the way over down the hall, like it's something in, because you can kind of see like straight shot down, you see something massive round that far corner, and is Teddy, it looks familiar.
mhm. Nope, we have to go. That's
So you're now in the dorm.
I bet we can
What are
find
you
somewhere to
doing?
hide.
Okay, so behind you are halls that have like, as soon as you turn in, they're padded, and then there are doors that seem padded, and then further down it just seems to go that way before branching.
Let's go.
As we're walking by quickly, I want to look and see if there's anything in any of the
Well,
halls.
you look down the hallways and it's just rows of doors where there seems to be like, you can hear banging coming from some of them.
Oh,
Sylas, Teddy, and Elenora, roll. Yes.
I want to go to a door that's not being banged on that I could hear, and I just want to test my key. Like, does it work on this floor too? So I want to test to see if the
Yeah?
key will unlock. It does?
So you open a door?
Well, hold on.
a quiet door.
I didn't know you were going to say it like that.
I know that makes me feel like we should not open a
No.
door.
I just have to decide what you're
I
seeing.
had not planned on opening a door. I had planned on testing to see if I could unlock a door.
So you can feel in there.
If I get unlocked, that's cool. But we are going to need a place to hide. So if it does work, I will probably peek in the damn door.
You peek in the door, and there is this frail, scrawny, older gentleman sitting in the corner and just looks up at you. He's missing an eye.
Hey.
That's what you say to somebody?
Turns around into the corner and like,
I think we can hide in here if we need to.
Hear me out. What if we opened all of the doors and let everyone out, and then there's such a ruckus? We could probably
do you
get
have
in
two
and out.
sets of keys?
That's only
True,
that's
but I'm not
only
sure
if
if-
they really want to revolt against Miss Nora. And
Yeah, I don't think this guy's running anywhere.
Yeah, that guy's
Well,
not
you can
running.
see him like shivering, like as you like step into this doorway. He seems like he's trying to hide from you.
I'm gonna go to one of the louder doors, and I'm gonna slide it. Is there a hatch there to slide open?
Nope.
All right, cool. I'm gonna knock and be like, "Hey, if we let you out."
There is a crying woman on the other side, and she's
Open
just
that one.
crying the name Jack.
Oh, fuck.
Aw.
I'll open it. Sylas.
This like dusty blonde woman barrels out and just grabs onto you and is crying as there are lacerations down her arms.
I'm gonna pull I'm very uncomfortable. I'm gonna pull Sylas and like transfer the hugging woman to Sylas.
This woman
instead
just
of
looks
me.
frantic and is just kind of she's just like keeps and she just can't seem to mutter anything out as she's just almost, there's like this shock that she is out and you're not guards.
We're here to help. I know Jack.
And this look of just shock washes across her face as she just begins to sob. And then she just begins to mutter quietly, "My kids." You can hear stomping coming from further down the room.
I know you're not going to want to do this, but can we go back in your room to talk?
And she points, like, because she can hear the doors, and she's pointing. The thing is... And she just kind of goes back, like, kind of holding on. She doesn't let go of Teddy at all the whole time, nor does she let go. Like, she's like...
I'm like reaching for Elenora at this point to like pull me off.
Elenora, you kind of get grabbed into this. You close the poor little old guy's door.
Yeah.
Close the door. You hear stomping.
You still got that flashlight, Teddy? Good.
Light
We'll see
off.
if we can do it. Oh, light off, yeah.
There is a single light at the top that is like kind of a pale green as well. Buzzing, flickering. You can see claw marks on the side of the padding where this poor woman, Jessica, has been frantic. She's just staring at you, Sylas.
Yeah, I have no idea where to begin. So
How? You're dead.
I'm dead? No, I'm not. I'm not dead. Oh yeah, no, I saw that as well. Yeah. Okay, so like the case that Jack worked on was me, but I don't know how. And then I, short version, killed a bunch of people, and in that, Hayes acquired all of Jack's memories. That's true. That's the thing that happened, and now I know exactly what happened to Jack.
She kind of looks at you in disbelief. But
Sure, it's weird with me saying it out loud.
Gotta get out.
Yeah, 100%.
Where is...
I don't know. And I'm not sure where your kids are either, but I think they're probably safer
the mark?
not being here.
Mark. He has the mark. My son has the mark.
The mark?
The mark?
His birthmark. They took it.
Who took him?
Police.
Police.
I don't know. Doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. I don't understand. And she begins to kind of recoil back as nothing fucking makes sense.
Yeah,
Reality does not make sense.
I agree. But maybe if we get out of here, it will start to. Or we can maybe figure it out outside. I don't want to try to figure it out here.
She'll kill you. They took me apart, put me back together. As she begins to rock back in the forest.
Did that to me. Are you... Listen, I'm not a guard and I hate this place. And I wouldn't ask you to do this if I didn't want us to all be sort of somewhat clear-headed. Would you want one of these to calm you down? All right, and I'll hand her one of Eleanor's pills.
Boop. She just kind of sits back and becomes calm.
Okay.
Who else is up
Stomping.
here? Are there a lot of other patients up here on this side with you?
All of the doors.
Do you think they would also be willing to help us if we let them out?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't even know how we got up here. It's awful.
It's right here.
Do I remember her at all?
You look at her, and sitting here, you do vaguely remember. She was never in one of your group sessions. She was not there long. But she was always hysterical and frantic about her children. And talking about how it didn't make sense, and kept talking about the mark, and kept talking about how the police took her children. She would never stop. So they took her upstairs because she wouldn't be quiet.
I'm not feigning any kind of knowledge of any of this sort of stuff, but I feel like I was drawn here to help you get out. I don't understand another reason why I would have these memories or know the people that could help me do this, which were the same people that were with Jack. Elenora was with Jack.
Where is he?
We don't know.
How did you get here then?
I don't know that either. I was in an old house in a different time, and then I was here.
It doesn't make sense.
It
All
sounds
the stuff,
crazy,
the
but
phone, the things, they don't, the phones, it doesn't make sense.
I don't think it's supposed to make sense.
Stomping loudly.
just go quiet.
Stomping stops. There is giggling down the hallway. Playing the game already. And that is where we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight.
No.
So we will pick up next time for the conclusion of chapter 2, where we see the fate of the lost and all souls attached. But yes, so massive thank you to everybody watching. Thank you to my players, and of course, let's go ahead and give them a quick shout out. Johanna.
Hi, Johanna Maka. You can find me at johannaxmachina on Instagram and TikTok. I make fun little videos, that kind of stuff. And I enjoyed tonight. I can't wait to see what happens to us all and find Tyson and see what horrible things they've done to him.
Naturally.
Yeah.
TikTok famous Ronan.
Hey, I'm Ronan. You can find me at Ronan Fox on the TikToks and all the other social medias. I don't like it here.
It's fine. It is fine.
I got 2 weeks to suppress all these memories. It's good.
It's good. Then we'll just peel back the veil again. Logan.
Yeah, I'm Logan, and I liked being here until today. No, you guys can find me on all the socials at DM_screening. Catch us on Tuesday as Ronan and Taryn delve into the underground lair of the former Ooze Wizard on the Ekrim expeditions, which is which is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel by the same moniker, DM_screening.
Yay! And I am Taryn Hackett, TTRPG performer, general creative human, dice maker under the moniker of Umbral Oculus Dice. That's UO_dice on the Instagram. I am here on the Initiative Order every Monday, not this Monday, but every Monday for Vault or Fallout TTRPG, every other Tuesday for the Ekrion Expeditions, where I play a Hexblood Druid who's a cinnamon roll. But yes, massive thank you to everybody. Thank you, Danny, for bringing tech and bringing awesome. Thank you to our sponsors, Session Zero Clothing, D&D Inspired Streetwear. Again, it's Christmas time. You can use code Order for 15% off at checkout. Save the monies. Norse Foundry, Artisan Dice Makers, TIO15 at checkout for 15% off there. Roaming player gear, tabletop supplies made by our very own Got DM. Code Carnaby20 for 20% off the Dice Tower and Tray combo. Mithril Armory, 10d20 puzzles, dice, and other goodies. You can use code initiative for 10% off there. You can always donate to us directly through our Ko-fi. And again, thank you guys. Thank you. Much love. And until next time, just stay sane, right? It's all fine. Take your medication. Everything's fine. You guys have a good one, and catch us next time on the Initiative Order. Happy